Hey friends, I thought I'd do just a quick YouTube video on how I do the podcast here at the House Church, our weekly sermon podcast. Um, and I'm working with a file that comes directly off. I just preach into a SM58, a wired SM58, and it goes directly into the X32 thumb drive recording. So it's post EQ and compression, so the channel strip, the the preamp, but we don't have any reverb or anything like that going into the recording. So it's a really dry recording without, and it doesn't, yeah, it sounds super dry. Here's a sample of it. Followers. We started this several weeks ago. Week number 1, we said that there are people that we call admirers. Those are the people who stand at a distance. They see what Jesus. Okay, so it's fairly dry sounding, and so we're just gonna start here. I am working with I do 2 files. I do one with kind of a real ambient room sound, and then I do a more dry file. So we're going to work with this dry file right now because this is going to give you a good idea of what we do. So I'm going to pull up our preset here, the House Church Preach. This is my preset from Adobe Audition. So you'll see here I got EQ, reverb, and some compression. That's my EQ. Okay, so I got a fair amount of body that I gotta suck out of it. It's a real thick sounding recording. Here's my reverb settings, and then compression. So I'm fairly moderate attack, slow release, 3:1 ratio, no makeup gain, and then threshold. And that, once I'm going to go ahead and apply it, those settings there, it's going to take a second. And the idea of this is we're going to have 2 files. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and stop this for a second because, undo that. Alright, so back. Okay, there we go. I am going to reapply this, but I've got to take the verb out of it. So, the House Church Preach. Okay, I need this without the reverb. I've already got the one with the reverb, with the ambient already there. So I need one without. So I do 2 files. I do one file dry, no verb at all, but it's got the filter and the EQ and the compressor. And then I do one with the EQ compressor and also the ambient reverb. That way I can work with 2 files and I can mix them together. I can pan the reverb a little bit, give it a bit of a stereo sound. Okay, so this is almost done. Okay, and make up our gain. Getting close. Boom, there we are. Okay. So I'm going to go back to a multi-track. You'll see these both should look the same. So now I have 2 files. Here's the one we just did. Alright, so back where we started from. We are continuing this called Followers. If you're taking notes, just write that at the top of your page. Followers. Okay, so you can see it sounds a less dry, less boxy sounding. And then here it is with the ambient. We started this several weeks ago. Week number 1, we said that there are people that we call admirers. Okay, now you can see here how I've got these. I've got the dry up right here at like, what is that, like 2 o'clock. I got the ambient at like 1 o'clock, and I got the dry in the center and the ambient off to the right hand side. Let's mix them together.
Those are the people who stand at a distance. They see what Jesus does, what he has done, what he can do. They stand.
Okay, now I'm just holding the speaker up to the microphone, so you're not getting, you're not getting that stereo spectrum. But if you were to listen, you would hear that the dry is very present, and the reverb, the ambient is off to the right hand side, so it gives it that real stereo spectrum, kind of feeling like you're actually in the room. Okay, so you know, you got to go through once you get this all, and make sure that you're lined up. Okay, that both files are lined up. Otherwise, you're going to end up with some phasing issues, and or you'll end up with a like this echo, and it's just really annoying. But so make sure that they're lined up. So you got this dry.
First one is Jesus as your highest priority.
And then you've got your ambient.
Not just a priority.
And then you mix them together.
I've got priorities, but I've got things that are...
Okay, so that's kind of how we do that. And then I just go through and export, and I do a multi-track mix down. I just go ahead and do family's like, hey, come downstairs. And then we just do an export, multi-track, entire session. And then I'm just going to name it, and we'll upload it from there to our website. So hopefully that helps. So, all right. Any questions? Leave them in the comments. Bye.